This episode of Film Riot is brought to you by Video Blocks. Welcome to Film Riot Mondays. Today is a day that we're going to do things on the day of these days today.
Good job.
Thank you.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Mail sack. Mail sack. Taking a look in Riot's mail sack.
What did you edit proximity on, and what is your preferred editing software? I edited on PC using my new HP workstation, which is an absolute beast of a computer. I shot 4K, so I needed something that could actually handle that, and I didn't even use proxies. I was just editing the 4K footage, and it was glorious. And my favorite editing software to use would be Premiere CC, which is what I used. I friggin' adore all things Adobe. I love it. I want to put it on between bread and eat it like a sandwich. Hey Ryan, I'm looking for someone to go on an adventure. Do you accept my request? Yes, as long as there's time travel and I can bring my own weapon. Do you have any advice for directing non-actor actors, if that makes sense? A non-actor actor, is that like a robot?
From the future.
I don't have any advice on that, but directing someone who has never acted before, I think it's just a matter of getting them to understand what you want them to do. I mean, they don't usually have the tools to actually dive into it like a normal actor would. They have been trained to work with material a different way. So for me, it's always getting them to just get in the headspace of how I want them to perform. And I've said it on the show before, it's not always even telling them exactly in literal terms on what they should be doing. I mean, one time to get someone to act scared, to get the scared face that I wanted, I told them to act like they smelled a fart. And that finally got me the look that I needed for the scene. So it's a matter of navigating them and figuring out each personality and how you can kind of mold them to shape that scene. There's really not one right answer, but I think the number one thing is getting them 100% comfortable. If they are fully comfortable, you will be able to mold them. Since they're non-actor actors, they're gonna be very timid in front of the camera. So up front, they're probably gonna act with zero emotion whatsoever. So you're gonna have to get them loosened up and comfortable with what they're doing and confident. Did you like the 15-minute shot in Gravity? I was blown away by it. Alfonso Cuarón is an unbelievable filmmaker. The way he designed that film to play out was unbelievable. I don't even know how you begin to freaking plot that movie. I don't even know. I don't know.
Film god.
He's definitely one of the greatest filmmakers alive today. I say that with supreme confidence. What's more important in making a short film, a good camera or a good mic? That depends on a bunch of things. Like for instance, is your camera so horrible that no one would ever want to watch it ever? Like, are we talking like this, like a VHS camcorder or something like that? If that's the case, then you should probably get yourself a camera. If you have like a lower grade DSLR, those are perfectly fine for getting started in filmmaking. I would say go audio there. I always say bad visuals are easily forgiven, whereas bad audio, you can't get over it. It never goes away for you. You always hear how bad the audio is. So in a lot of ways, audio can be more important than almost anything else in your production. However, it also depends on what type of filmmaker you are. If you're the type of person that wants to be a DP, or if you're very visual director of some kind, like, I mean, I am. Most of my films don't have that much dialogue in them at all. I'm very much a visual storyteller. I like to show, not tell. So for me, it would be more about the camera and practicing those sort of things, because you could do vignettes without dialogue, you can do music videos, things like that. But if you're the type of director that's the more Quentin Tarantino-esque type of person who just adores dialogue, then you need to get yourself a mic. So it depends on all those things. You really need to examine yourself, what type of filmmaker you are, and make the best decision for you. When you can't find the perfect location, what do? Green screen the whole thing? No. God, no. No, God, no, ever no. Unless it is a comedy and you don't mind that it's gonna completely not be sold that you're in the place that you're supposedly at, do not do it. If you're doing the type of thing to where it's like Sin City-esque, you know, it's very fantastical and it doesn't have to look like you're in that place, and fine. But if you're doing something that's supposed to be a real scene, two people in a diner talking or something like that, everybody's just gonna know that you're not in the actual space unless you're working with real friggin' expensive pros to get in there and really make it work. And even sometimes that doesn't even work in Hollywood films. You want to go to a real location. You don't want your audience distracted by the fact that the actors aren't actually at that location and totally ignore the story you're trying to tell. If you can't get the perfect location, Go for the second best thing, or adjust your script. Don't be so locked to what you're doing that it's going to throw everything out of whack. You're gonna have to make compromises to make the film you wanna make when you're a low budget filmmaker. Will you ever shoot on actual film? I have. I shot on film in film school. I shot on 16 and 35 and I loved it. Hopefully someday I would be able to shoot on film again, but I mean, it depends on the project. I am not locked to any sort of medium. I don't really care what camera I use. I just care that that camera is going to render the sort of image that I want for my film, and it's accessible to me. I mean, right now we don't really have budgets to play around to actually choose the camera we want. More often than not, we're going with a select few things that we have at our disposal. But if I had an unlimited budget, I would test everything and see what rendered the sort of image that my story wanted. Wanna fight? Would you fight him for me?
Again?
Yeah. Bring it on! Last question. Hey Rye, what's your approach with the cinematographer? Do you leave him to decide the look of the film, or do you give him specific instructions on the look? As a director, I would never leave it to anyone else to decide what the look of my film is going to be. A director tells a story, so everything about that story is under my guidance. I'm steering the ship. So if I leave it to somebody else to come up with the look of my film, it's a huge chunk of what my audience should be feeling has been handed off to someone else, and that might not be in lockstep with the type of feeling and story that I'm trying to tell. So when you work with your cinematographer, you're giving them a very definite idea of what you want. So you two should be on the exact same page. I always supply reference images, oftentimes music, other films, and you get on the same page that way so you both know exactly what you want to do with the film. And of course they bring their ideas as well, and you should be open to that. But I also storyboard the film, which will again give a really great idea of the type of thing that I'm trying to do. Video Blocks offers everything from After Effects templates, motion backgrounds, virtual sets, production music, and much more. Plus, it's all royalty free, so you can use it however you'd like. Video Blocks now offers over 100,000 stock video and audio clips and are constantly adding new content every month. Categories include explosion, slow-mo, After Effects type stuff, audio with all sorts of music. Plus, Video Blocks offers stock video, motion backgrounds, After Effects templates, all sorts of sound effects, music, all kinds of goodies. Plus, if you go to videoblocks.com/filmright, you get a 7-day complimentary trial of all sorts of free downloads, no promo code needed. That's some good stuff, is it not?
It is!
Logo.
That's it for today, which means it's time for our short film suggestion of the week. This one is Controller, which you can find on Vimeo as usual. I love the style to this one. There's a lot of things that I don't like about it, but I really dig just the overall look to the thing, the vibe it's giving off. It's like Drivetron and Raid Redemption had a baby.
An odd mixture.
Maybe. You'll see what I'm saying when you watch it. The fighting's also really cool as well, so check it out right here. Also, don't forget about Monday Challenge. The deadline is this Friday, 12 p.m. CST. I can't wait to start watching all the videos. Start watching them tomorrow, right? Start going through all the goodies. And we're giving a lot of goodies away, so please, don't miss the deadline. I want everybody to be included. So, you know, get to work and what have you. And we'll see you guys next time.